Hello. I'm so happy to see you. There, look at that. That's a face. I'm not quite sure what this is supposed to mean. ... dash. Mr. Morse code. No, I think this was supposed to maybe be teeth or not. Oh, those are nostrils. I mean, we got some figure ground stuff going on here that is a little weird. And what I'm doing is making totem poles out of boxes I see in my house and in the recycling. In this shoebox, I don't know what company this is, Chewbacca. Say hello to your new shoes. So what I'm doing, what is this doing here? What is this blue piece of cardboard doing in this box? In this container that had this thing in it? You know, I'm so organized and so neat and so tidy that things like that are not supposed to happen. Okay, there's another, I knew I was looking for this. See, this is another face. This is a face, and this is a face. They're both faces. Now, some faces are made with the red background with white line work from a box that it was the opposite of this box. So I'm making, and this was made from one of these, which, as you can see, was consumed. So my plan is to have large masks at the bottom, or faces at the bottom, and they get narrower at the top, or they're large at the top and get narrower or smaller as they go down, or they might all stay the same size, or they might be arranged alternatingly, this with that, with another one of these, with another one of these. So I've got, again, the positive and the negative versions. Now, as they get smaller, the difference between the foreground and the background will become less obvious. I also have these that can even confuse the mix even further, adding another little texture to my faces. You know, so this could be the background for, there's an eye, and another eye and a thing, and then I'll have this background. So this might serve as something texture like hair. That could go up there as hair. But I think I'm going to have this be more seen as just a background of an entire face. So let's just do one, see if it works. So I'll make a triangular face. Okay, chin, head, whatever. And maybe what I'll do, maybe these will be mixed breeds. These will be the mutts. So maybe I can use this as a background for this kind of stuff on top. So I'm sort of mixing the logic. So let's see what we can do here. See how it looks. Shall we? Shall we just see how it looks? So that could be a nose. An eyebrows, and a little mouth. No, I have to use the white background with the red lines. Now I could, let's just see what it would look like if I did it this way. Maybe I don't want to intermarry intermix. See, he's kind of bald. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have them be, I'm not gonna have them be mixed. I'm gonna be a purist on this one. I am planning to do a totem pole of cats and dogs using Chewy boxes. And each animal, that one already has an eye, each animal is going to be depicted. Okay, I'm trying to reach the Chewy box. Anyway, Chewy's boxes, they're right there. I'll just show you. See, Chewy. The word Chewy is written in clear lettering on the brown, so it's brown. It's the brown, cardboard brown letters, and it has a blue background, so the letters appear lighter than the background. So the cats are going to be blue with features that will be brown. So their eyes will be brown, their nose will be brown, their ears might be half brown and half blue. The dogs are mainly going to be brown. And my original idea was to have the dogs be made of torn cardboard. You just tear and glue because, you know, that's what dogs do. They tear things. And I thought, you know, seeing the texture like this for the dogs would be nice, where the cats are so clean and tidy, they would always be smooth. But I think I'm not going to do that now. I think I am going to have them be done a little less. You know, sometimes when you have too much differentiation in something, it just turns to mud. You don't know what you're looking at. So I think I need to have a little bit of order. So I may have the cardboard texture be seen, but I think I'm not gonna. It'll be cut like this, you know, sharp edges. So we have a smiley face. I don't know what kind of eyes he's gonna have yet. The other thing I don't know is if I'm gonna have this one go down where all of the ones that go smaller this way are going to be all the same pattern, or if I'm going to alternate, or what I'm going to do. I don't know the logic of this one yet. And I may not know until I get a few more done. So we've got 2 done. I don't know if I'm going to add eyes on that. Now, the eyes are sort of implied by the shadow. You know, when you make things that are, oh, I have to add ears. I made a mask. I call them masks, but I made a totem pole for bankers, representing bankers, and not a single banker in all of these heads in this thing have ears on them, which is, they just have mouths, which is kind of what bankers do. They just love to talk. They don't really listen when you tell them that, you know, well, Mr. Banker, sir, you saw all of my income statements and stuff like that, and when you gave me the mortgage on my house, and now I can't pay my mortgage, but you seem to think I could, and nothing has changed. So can you explain why you did that? Well, if the banker heard that, the banker would say, well, what we did was we did this and made you sign this so that we can foreclose on you. And then we can take your house and resell it to another rube. That's what he'd say with his mouth. This isn't a banker, this is a shoe guy. So the shoe guy says other things like, "Oh, madam, those shoes are perfect on you." You know, they don't even show your cankle. They don't emphasize your cankle that you got going there, lady. "Oh, how lovely. I love these shoes. Now, madam, are you certain you're a size 6? Because I had a hard time getting the shoes on the size 10 shoe that I tried on you. It was very, very tight. Are you sure you're a size 6? Oh, I always have swelling in the morning. Yes, but it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, madam. Can I try those on, please? Pointing to the open-toe sandals. Oh, those will look very nice, madam. Your bunions will be so accentuated. I don't have bunions, she says. I wouldn't even think of having bunions. Of course you don't have bunions, madam, did I? I misspoke. I didn't mean bunions. What I meant was hairy toe knuckles. What? You know, I would not make a very good salesman. I'm just telling you right now. Okay, now I've got this. I have to make a big face out of this one. And I don't want it to look like this. I want it to look somehow different from this one. So this is made, the eyes are made of an E. And I don't really have a lot of material to work with. It's my restriction, my self-imposed restriction is to make something that's roughly this size of this without this being the eye. Well, I mean, it's like, part of it has to be an eye, I think. Right? The eyes are part of the face. So, if this is an eyebrow and a nose, that kind of works. Right? Does that kind of work? It's different from this one. And my vocabulary in this particular thing is not, I don't have a lot of vocabulary words to work with. I'm missing the little edge there. I think I need that. So how different is this from the other one I just did? No, I just put that one down. You know, my job is not as easy as it looks. I have to, I've got to do lots of thinking. Eyebrow, eyebrow, nose. Should the nose be straight down? That one's curved. That one could be straight down. We'll make it a long nose. Okay. vertical, but coming down, that's at a 45-degree angle. Measure that perfectly with your, that's not quite 45. I like that little tiny bit of highlight there. Your eye just goes right to that little razor. Okay, now we've got a mouth down here. Frown, smile. See, there's a smile. Now, how is this? It's almost like this one. I don't want it to necessarily be almost like that one. I may change it. I want these faces I'm making to be different from each other. They're not meant to be identical. I could have him frowning, I guess. No, he's going to be he's going to be smirking. It's kind of a smirk, don't you think? I think so. What do you think, madam? How do those shoes feel on you, madam? Madam? Call 911. Her bunion has exploded. Do bunions explode? What do bunions do, after all? So, smirk. A little crooked smile. I think I like that going that way. It adds, this way is just too much like a check mark. That one's like, okay. I'm not agreeing with you. This implies disbelief. Madam, you are not a size 6. This would be, yes, size 6, of course you are. This is, who are you kidding? I don't even know how sizes work for dames. How do they work for dames? I imagine they need to be somehow differentiated. My ex-boyfriend would quite often find all sorts of really great suits and pants and all sorts of things at Marshall's because he would go into the extra, extra large aisle and find there things that were marked down and marked down and marked down and marked down because they were the stock person or the person that was in charge of putting the ticket on the item looked at the number and put it in the extra, extra large thing without looking at the actual garment. And the large number, 59, whatever it would be, is the European system. So, he was medium, and he would find all these great see, I like the way that eyebrow goes into the ear. Yes. You'd find all these great things because they were mismarked and then marked down and marked down and marked down and marked down so that by the end of the day, I think I need to do that though. This is going to be confusing. I think I need to separate that. It'll still be on the same line, the Gazinto line. Speaking of dresses, I was at a flea market and there was a couple that I would buy their wares occasionally. They were, I guess they were a gay couple. I don't ask them things that one might consider consider personal, but I had that vibe. Anyway, they would show up, and one of the guys was essentially the dealer, the other one was just the, keeping tracks on the guy, spending the day with him. And I didn't see the non-dealer for quite some time. I figured, well, what's happened to him? Was it a fly-by-night romance, or what's going on here? Oh, I kind of like that. See, his haircut matches his smirk. Cut that off. Anyway, so here I am, one day I see that the guy's back. They didn't split up, they actually are back, but he was wearing a dress. And he had gender reassignment done, or was moving in that direction. And which is perfectly fine and good. I have no problems with gender reassigning. I kind of like that, just stopping, but I do want to fill in the hole in his head there. But what was funny, I thought, was this guy, this woman, wearing the dress, who recognized me as her husband's or boyfriend's customer. Anyway, she, it, they had the, shall I call it nerve, crust? My grandmother would call it crust. She had the crust, they had the crust to tell me, that I could find really great dresses at the Dress Barn. Well, first of all, let's just imagine for 1 second that I wanted to buy a dress. Would I go to a place called the Dress Barn? Why does anyone go to the Dress Barn? Is there some reason why? I'm just trying to figure out what went on in the minds of the corporate office of Dress Barn Incorporated as they were trying to come up with the name of their new chain of stores. Let's call it the Dress Barn. Oh, I love that idea. How on earth did you? And then they, see, he's sort of, along with the smirk, he's sort of, furrowing his brow. His eyebrow should be lower if he's doing that. Here it looks like he just has a lazy eye. That looks like he's blind. Okay. I just need to do the same kind of eye I just made on the other one. I think that's what it needs. Like that, right? No. Like that? No. I don't want to come in here and cut that. Do I have to do that? Yes. I have to have this done with my eyes. I have to have eye surgery done where they're going to take a scalpel and go right into my eye like this and make it so I can see better. So Dress Barn. And then, oh, it'll be so cute. We can divide the store into, we can have different sizes. We could have the sows and the heifers and the porkers. Chickens. We can have the chicken section. dress barn. He told me that I could find really nice dresses at the dress barn. I should check it out. Check out the dress barn. They have really nice dresses. That's what he said. Check out the dress barn. Madam, they have shoes. What? They have shoes that would fit your feet at the dress barn. I noticed when I was shopping there for my spring outfit. Shoes at the dress barn? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bye. She would run right over there with her bunions and all. Smirk. Okay, I got 2, 3, 4. Okay, dress barn. Let's see here. This can be a mouth. Those can be eyes. I know that I do this all the time. It happens all the time in my little constructions. But, you know, it works. Nose and a mouth. Doing the ones that are symmetrical like this, I find them less interesting than the ones that are more three-quarter view or more abstract, but sometimes you need to have the obvious things in there. In your painting, your abstract painting of the Rape of the Sabines, you can have, you know, all sorts of figures doing this, that, and the other, but you need to have something that looks enough like a Sabine somewhere in your picture. You can't just have it be those could be eyes and a nose. Can they be eyes? They can be eyes. They could be ears. They could be, this could be a mouth with one upper and one lower tooth. Okay, I'm having problems now because I'm running out of room and I need to save some of these for this. Ooh, look at this one. This has a little bit of everything going on. I also have this. Say hello to your new shoes. Hello, shoe. My name is Pierre. What's your name? Can you imagine a conversation you'd have with your shoes? My shoes would tell me, do you know how to use soap? Do you have any clue? You don't just wash your hair and think it's all going to get clean when it just dribbles down. All of the dirt from your hair goes down to your feet. And that bathtub floor, have you looked at that lately? They would tell me, that's what they would say. Have you even looked at that lately? No, that's the wrong, this cannot go on here. This does not compute. I need to have something up here that represents this little Kopf. got a monobrow going on here. Not much upstairs. Give him a little tiny bit of a haircut. Get the blue. So what do you think your shoes would be telling you after a long day? Write your answers below. Another one done. Add to shopping cart. Okay, let's do one of these. Let's use some of this up. Okay, this is extra fun stuff. So here we have, there are two eyes right here, eyeballs. Oyo. This can be a nose and an upper lip. This could be, it could be a mouth and a nose and a shoulder. Those can be eyes. That could be an eye or a mouth. Two eyes. I'm going to set these over here. These I think can be used to make the smallest head. But I need to make a small one using this color scheme as well. So what is the smallest head I can make? See this. I really don't want to mix and match. The elements too much. These could be two eyes. Did I just cut that unnecessarily? Oh, I don't know. Those could be two eyes. Two eyes. Two eyes, a nostril, and a mouth. Look at that, face right there. Add to shopping cart. What do you think about that one? I think he needs a chin. I think he needs something that looks more nose-like. Come on, Pierre Gustafson, what's your problem? See, if I put this here, that kind of helps. You can't see what I'm doing. That kind of helps. And then I'll add a couple of things representing his eyebrows. He's all angular. And by adding a curve, what do I have for curves? I think I'm going to leave him be. Add to shopping cart. Okay. So I have a big one and 3 kind of small ones. Did I have a smaller one than this? I thought I made a smaller one. I need a really small white one. This can be a face. That can be the chin, that can be the top of the head. So little tiny eyes. See? That's all you need. That one's only $100,000 on this one. Can add to shopping cart. I think I need to do something that represents a mouth, though. Different than what I've got. Someone's clomping around up there in the lobby. I can hear their hoofs because they shopped at the Dress Barn. So that could be the nose and the mouth. Let's just take off that. Sometimes I cut off the, there, perfect. I peel the layer of paper off the cardboard because it's not really connecting. I don't love this one. You can, this is free with your order of $1 million or more. Okay, now this one. Let's make one of these. Okay, now I have to use the white on black. And we have a mouth. Dough. Ouch! Hot glue is hot. There's a mouth. The eyes are going to be made with an S. And you're going to say, those don't look like eyes, but they will. They will when I add a nose. So there's the eyes. I'm running out of power here. the nose going to be made of? I think I'll just have it be an L shape like this. Okay, I need to cut that off. Come on, Pierre, you can do better than that. Glue fingers there. See? Give him a little bit of a diamond shaped head. No ears. He doesn't have any ears. This guy doesn't have ears, neither will him. Okay. Go to the dress barn. You. Right now.